What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Zach's Live Trader. Here with you as always, I am the bearded boy wonder, Dave Bartosiak, the people's champ of Wall Street. And today, my friends, today's the morning after. The morning after NVDA earnings, that is. So, give you guys a few minutes to trickle on in here. Kurt, AJ, how you doing? We've got some good stuff going on here. I don't have like a formal program for you guys today, so I figure we'll just kind of dig in here, see what's popping. You guys kind of throw out, whatever you got in your head. I was thinking about this, and Kurt, I think you were talking about something. I gotta give you some credit. You, maybe was it Hefe too? I think it was you. Talking about this idea where we get, you, if you want to do it, or whoever, a select group, a rotating group of the crew, whoever, like two of you guys, right, or gals, and me. And we can all kind of talk, and then so you guys can talk live while we're doing some of the stuff, and we just do that, right? We just kind of talk and do this, just so it's not just me, and we can, I don't know, do whatever. I'm pretty open, so I think we should do something like that. And I don't know, I'm just thinking of how we're gonna do it with the Discord, and then I throw it out here. I think maybe I can do that. I can use like a virtual audio cable in order to broadcast everybody's voices. I think that'll work. I'm not sure. Still got to wrap my mind around it a little bit, but yeah. And I think it could be maybe the morning after. I mean, the morning after is cool, but for the reactions, so we could see, live earnings coming in, maybe in the afternoons even, and then talk about it. I was trying to get the Bullinator on board. I think Bullinator is on board. So I think it'd be cool. You got these ideas, Jack, Bruno, Mike, Eric, Richard. What's up, guys? Good question, AJ. Dave, what are your thoughts on Overstock? Oh boy. These guys got some chutzpah. That's what I think about Overstock. So they are embracing crypto, and that's going to catch like wildfire. I think, at least the gimmick of it, right? People are nervous about, I get asked all the time, like, oh, should I buy Bitcoin? And people are still nervous about it because they don't understand it. And anything they don't understand, they're nervous about. Now, this is something serious. Hey, talking golden crosses, Kurt? Here's your golden cross. On Overstock. We'll get into NVDA. Should we check in on NVDA before we start messing with this? Yeah, let's do that. NVIDIA is a little bit more time sensitive. AJ, I'm coming back. Coming back to Overstock after we take a quick look at NVIDIA here. Kurt's worried about the fade. Let's get our VWAP up here. Are they going to fade NVIDIA? Now, these are tough trades. They really are. Whenever you get into this sort of day tradey kind of thing, it's a lot more complicated than just looking at this chart and saying, oh, it looks like it's fading. Because this is, intraday actions are going to be, or intraday price movement is going to be determined by order flow. So what do we mean by that? That's, issuing buy orders, who's issuing sell orders, where are those at, and you gotta look at where the support and resistance is intraday and where the orders are. So it's a very complicated process. Kyle, how you doing? Welcome. Complicated process. But one thing that we can do here sort of easily is see where the VWAP is, see what the price is doing in relation to the VWAP. And what you want to see is like a clear-cut break of the VWAP to the downside, and then that would tell you to fade. Key levels that you want to keep in your head when you're doing this is, you know, the intraday low, of course, the high, and see where price interacts with that. And be careful for these moves where it comes down a few ticks and then comes back up, or goes up a few ticks and then comes back down. So early on, when you get this move and then we're kind of sideways here, a fade, it's too early to tell. So you want to keep an eye on this and kind of see what the price action does. What you can do, if you have software that does it, set an alert for yourself. So put a price alert at the low, so 211.63. Put a price alert at the high, 215.77. Go about your business. And then when the price alert rings, come back and see what's happening. That's a good way to do that too. And lots of different software packages will allow, or charting packages will allow you to do price alerts. I can even put an alert on this. Look at that, create price alert. And then you could say whatever, 215, what did we say? 215.77. So let's do that. We're just going to set this up, 215.77, right? Alert me once, expires 1 day. And then the note, I don't know what the note is. NVDA highs. High of the day. Okay. There we go. Let's do it again. Price alert. What did we say the low was? 211.63. Let's do that. 211.63. Once only. 1 day. NVIDIA low of the day. Let's throw that out there. I think this will work. Now, I know I just threw that out there because I have no idea. I've never had one before. I never used one on free stock charts. I kind of surprised myself that it was even there. So I think I can go to other charts maybe, and then I'll get an alert. We'll see. We're going to see what happens. I don't know. Okay. So, the moral of the story with NVIDIA, though, was that the market obviously liked what they said on that earnings report. My trade that pays was down here, right? 190. Was it 192s? There was a bull credit there, and then did I put a bull debit on it? I can't even remember if I put a bull. I don't think I did. Did I? They all kind of run together, gents. And I didn't do. I have to do GBU later today. But it's pretty good. Anybody who did the strangle? Yeah. Right, Kurt? I think, wasn't that what it was? Was it a short put spread? Why does that feel like that's what it was? Yeah, short put spread. Yeah, exactly. So, but anybody who did the at the money strangle is going to be good too. Yeah, the 192. So that's gravy right now, right? Where's that at? I mean, it's got to be, you know, you're definitely in the money. Now, I want to also talk about why I do stuff like that, right? So, what's the decision process that I go through? It's essentially, how confident am I that this thing is going to go up? And when I lack the confidence that it's going to kill it and go up, then I'll lean towards doing a put spread like that. Because then, okay, so on a long call spread, right? This is so fun. I just love it when I draw on this stupid crayon on this. 'Cause I just look like I'm 12 years old. Um, you go long a call spread, you can make money only if the stock goes up, right? That's it. Stock has to go up. But when you're short on the put spread, you can make money if it goes up, if it goes sideways, or if it just doesn't go down that much. So I have 3 different ways I can make money pretty much, right? Versus it has to go up, okay? That's also why, obviously, you get less of a reward based on your risk. So in that case, 63 cents when you have, what is it? Is that 187? Is that how that math works? 187 at risk. So you don't get as much, bang for your buck. So what is that? About 35% or whatever it is. But it's money's money, right? Money's money. Victory's a victory. You can also close those out quicker too, because I know that there's a huge volatility crush now happening on those put options right now. So Kurt, it looks like they're liking NVIDIA here a little bit, starting to tick back up. They might let her run. The other thing when you're trading a stock like NVIDIA, obviously big tech stock, you got to check in to see what's happening in the broad market. Right now we got some Chop City happening here on the NASDAQ. Another thing you're going to want to keep an eye on here at the NASDAQ is yesterday's intraday high, yesterday's intraday low. So these are going to be levels that you're going to need to know. And then the previous days. So these are what you're looking at. Okay. On the NASDAQ. So then if this starts to run, actually finds a direction, that could help NVIDIA. Same thing with the S&P. You want to say, okay, this level, high yesterday, intraday high yesterday, intraday low yesterday. These are levels you got to keep an eye on throughout the trading day today. And then always watch for the European close. Tends to be reversals near the European close. You have that too. Okay, so that's SPY. A little bit of NVIDIA. Now let's talk Overstock. This is incredible. Just incredible. And Kurt hit it on the head. Jeff was all over this thing, man. He's been all over it. Now, what has Overstock done to justify tripling since the beginning of August? Let that marinate. Tripling since the beginning of August. Let's look, shall we? Like, what is going on at Overstock? As always, and I always kick off with the price consensus CPS surprise chart. It doesn't matter what I'm looking at. Always start with this. Oh boy, we've got some bad data. Bad data. Bad data. All right, let's go to the G14 classified stuff. OSTK. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. Let's look at revs. Wait, what? 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 No. What? Okay, so I'd like this data to populate a little bit, but what? That can't be right, is it? Is their revenue growth really that low? See, when there's not a lot of eyes on these guys, that's when we got a problem. So still not making money, right? Ugh, this is going to take some more research here. Unfortunately, I've been told explicitly I can't show you guys any of the research reports that I have going on in here, but I can look at that later. Still, head scratcher, right? So that makes sense why we don't even have any data on this. Now, sometimes if we don't have data, Yahoo might have the data. Let's see what's happening here. Let's look at yeah, look at this. Oh, that is the loss. Okay. Line revenue. Admittedly, I didn't read the whole report here. Ah, there he is. Wanted to dig in some of the actual financials here on Overstock because I'm flying blind as far as what I've got. So, I guess the question here is how much of this is crypto gimmicks? What's up with our cash flow? Look at this trough and spike here. So I do know, obviously, they went to the ICO market to raise some cash. They're accepting all sorts of crypto as payments. And that's why I was questioning maybe this is a gimmicky thing, but people are investing in it. Yeah, there you go. But Jeff, here's the thing too. What is the barrier? What is the barrier for Amazon to just be like, okay, we'll accept crypto, and then who's on Overstock? They're selling cars on Overstock. With Carfax. All right, so I'm going to have to listen to this report and see what's going on. So I got some homework to do, so there we go. And here, anybody who wants it. Oh, what did happen? I just clicked on that. Here we go. Stop. Did you guys see that? Look, they're trying to throw me in. I want to click here. This is where I would like to click. Thank you. We got a video replay of the conference call here, guys. So if you want to listen in on that Overstock, there we go. I put the email or the link here in the chat, so you can go ahead and click on that and listen to what's going on over there at Overstock to see what Jeff is so excited about. And I thought it made sense when I looked over it real quickly, but I don't like that I don't have any numbers going on over here, which is kind of painful. I don't like it when I don't have the numbers. I feel like I'm flying blind when I have that, right? I don't like it when I can't see what's happening in a stock specifically. Here we got it. So here you go. Hey, you guys ever read an earnings report? So depends on the company, right? So some companies, if you're looking at a REIT, I suppose, if you're looking at a bank, if you're looking at companies that have real hard assets that you got to worry about. That's when you look at the consolidated balance sheet. When you're talking about a growth company, then you want to look more at the revenue side of things, right? How much money they got coming in, how much money they got going out, this kind of things, right? So you can look at just this number, this is total net revenue number, and if you notice, yeah, so our numbers were just fine. So these 12, 16, no, this ain't 12, 16. Oh, wait, the link that I just sent out was for 12, 16, Mike? Anyway, so we want to take a look at that number. So we had that number. So I guess we don't have any projections for next year is the problem of what we have. Anyway, okay. Well, here's also on this site. This is another place you guys could go. Whatever company you're trying to do some research on, go to their investor relations page. Here's the replay of the conference call. All right, so I'll give you the direct conference call. Oh, you're looking at Yahoo Finance. Okay, okay, cool. All right, cool. Sorry, I thought I gave you guys a wrong link. So there you go. So anytime, you were, like, oh, what about that company? You can go to their investor relations page, and you can just Google blah, 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 investor relations, right? So overstock.com, investor relations. It'll take you here, somewhere around here, and then you start digging around, and you can find replays of conference calls, investor presentations, all sorts of stuff. And then you can start digging around in there, and you can get what you're looking for, okay? That's great for, small cap companies that don't get a lot of coverage. Definitely a good thing. Now, I see this NVDA moving. Did we get any sort of alert? I didn't get any alert. Well, now we know that the alert function, unless this pops up here. Well, that was a failure. That was a failure. Notes? No. Maybe I have to be logged in for that and I wasn't logged. No, I'm logged in. What the heck? I don't know. I'm very disappointed that I did not get some kind of alert on this. Unless there is at the bottom. I don't see anything. No. Darn. Okay. Let's close this back off. So NVIDIA, she's running Baba. Part of my thesis for Alibaba when we were doing the show is that Singles Day should provide a little bit of a boost depending on what happens in the early returns of Singles Day, because they're always announcing all this stuff. Somebody pointed out that Baba has a tough time around Singles Day, though, the actual stock. I don't know that that's a function of, like the rest of the market was kind of beaten. Look at this, though. Here's Singles Day last year. Kind of sideways after that. And then it definitely rallied after Singles Day in 2015, because I remember the move in 2015, so I think it could be good. Oh my gosh, Singles Day's tomorrow, right? What's today, the 10th? Yeah, Singles Day is tomorrow. So, could be good. Could have a nice little pop on Monday following whatever happens in Singles Day over the weekend. So, maybe not a bad idea. Roll the dice on some Baba calls over the weekend. What do you guys think? Or even going short a put spread over the weekend for next week. That might not be a bad idea. NVIDIA. Man. They're finding those shorts now, gents. Shorts are hiding. The shorts are cowering. The shorts are in trouble today, I think. I hope this thing hits 250 today, because then I'm going to blast that video I made last year about NVIDIA possibly going to 250. I'm going to blast that everywhere. I'm going to take credit for that. I'm going to ignore all my terrible calls that I've made throughout the course of the year, and I'm going to brag about that as if that's the only pick that I made, because I think that's what you're supposed to do when you're in this business. Only tout the winners, completely ignore the losers. I think the key to this NVIDIA chart is really this thug pink down here. If this thug pink wasn't on there, NVIDIA wouldn't be cracking like it is. So when you guys have a chart that you want to go up, make sure you draw a line on it in thug pink. I think that's the key to making money. It's the thug pink. All right, so a couple ideas already today. NVIDIA breaking out of the money, either out of the money short put spread on Alibaba, or just go long a call on Alibaba for next week, for over the weekend, something like that. Let's look at the rest of the market real quick. She's looking a little heavy, boys. She's looking a little tired. Little tired. Little tired. If I had my futures fired up here, I think I'd be playing a break of this level down to yesterday's lows, should that happen. Kind of getting the feeling that it I don't know. We'll see. What's the general risk-off behavior happening in the market right now? So let's look at the currency. So all of a sudden the dollar giving up some ground here. What about this yen trade? Yen, a little heaviness in this yen too. Oh, take two. What's happening to take two? I think this take two situation is just the market weighing on it. I think it's just the market. It's just hard based on what's happening. They did really like that guidance. Perhaps though, right? This is a short squeeze that jacked it up to here, and now it's trickling down. I hope not. I've got this in Surprise Trader, and we're in the green, and I don't want to not be in the green. I don't like this trickling down here. I just don't like it. Big gap up, and now we're in the gap. That's not a good sign when you get in the gap. Not sure about it. We'll have to see. Okay. What else do we want to look at? We already talked about the Qs. Really? Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm wrong a lot, so I don't care. As funny as that sounds, I just don't care. Because when it comes down to it, all of this stuff, the market, right? Any given time, any given day, right here, what's going to happen, right? Well, it's never, oh, it's 100% chance that it's going to go this way, right? It's never that. Even at its best, when I'm looking at it, if all the scenarios are going, I can go, okay, well, there's a 61% chance it does this and a 39% chance it does this, right? It's all about what the probabilities are going either way. So that's why I never get upset really about throwing something out and the market does the opposite, because it's not a binary thing. If it was so easy and we could just go, yes, for sure, it's going that way, it wouldn't even be fun. There's just so much to it, and it's really like a probability distribution on all of this, not just a binary, yes, it's going this way, or no, it's going that way. Skew! Man, look at Square. Wunderbar. No, Square's not coming down still. Square's on its horse now. Look at that. Highs gone. Bears should be terrified. Look at this. This should terrify the Bears. So you have an intraday, boom, spike to the downside, a ton of volume. All of that was swallowed up and pushed higher. So there was enough buying power to absorb all of the selling and push it higher. That's a great sign for the bulls here in Square. Plus, you get the fintech play, of course, which everybody thinks is sexy and they like it. And I've liked Square here for a while too. Something that Shiraz, my boss, and I have agreed on is Square is just this is where it's at. Lots of growth for them, huge market opportunity. There's a lot of this happening now where you're chewing into the territory of the big banks, and that's going to continue to happen with smaller companies like Square. Big banks, and then even eventually the Visas and MasterCards are going to come under some pressure, but they've been so smart and have been able to adapt to the changing market conditions that they haven't been in too much trouble. They're very nimble, these credit card companies. They're smart. The big banks are less nimble. That's partly because they have, regulatory bodies they have to worry about, more so than the credit card companies. So they're kind of handcuffed a little bit. And then when you talk about a company like Square, which can just change on a dime and do whatever they want at any time, it's really a feather in their cap. So NetTease. If we get a rate hike, Square will be affected to the up since it's more financial than it is tech. Yes. Rate hikes are good for Square because of a lot of things. They benefit a little bit from net interest margin, kind of, because when they're processing your payment, they still get money and they don't disperse it right away. There's a little bit of a delay, I think, where they make overnight. In addition to that, though, is their lending arm. So the lending arm is going to continue. And as rates go up in the marketplace, they're going to be able to adjust their pricing as such. And then because of their data, they'll have fewer losses, which is a benefit for them. NetTease is earnings. Netties. It's Netties, right? Not NetTease. It's Netties. So this is a good sign. The Thug Pink 200 day. A gap up above it. So that's good. Kurt, remember we were talking golden crosses and death crosses and such? And I told you I don't necessarily... I don't always buy into these, right? This is why. You have a death cross here. Since then, the stock comes up, and then these bands tighten. There's also something we talked about yesterday, the tightening of the 50-day to the 200-day. And one thing I said was it has a tendency to push it one direction or the other, right? So that's exactly what we have here. So this is death cross, which means you're supposed to be going down, but that's just not. It's just a function of mathematics that people overuse. And these bands get closer, and then it's bound to break in one way or the other. And in this case, it broke to the upside, which is a bullish sign. For these stocks, you have to have a compelling reason why they're going to be trading below the 200-day for an extended period of time. And here you could see how it got bing, 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 bing. Because these crosses, it's math. That's why. So there are times when price action is going to force one of these crosses to happen. So what I mean by that is, okay, so let's take a sequence, right? Just the number 1. Just do the number 1 50 times, okay? Your 50 period moving average of that is going to be 1, okay? And now do the same thing for 200. 1, 1, 200 times. It's going to be 1. All right. Now let's say the next number in the sequence is a 2. Well, now the 50 moving average is going to tick to the upside, while the 200 moving average is going to tick to the upside less. And if it continues to be 2s, the same thing is going to happen. This is going to move more dramatically, and this is going to slowly move and adapt, okay? So you're going to get these crosses when the short-term price action, or the recent action, has become more bullish. Assuming that, so when you have a period of, so let's say you have 50 bears, so 50 of the number 1, 50 of the number 2, 50 of the number 3, and then 50 of the number 4. So the 200-day average is going to be right in the middle of those, right? And then these 50 days are going to be increasingly bullish along the way. So the recent price action is always going to start to run away from the whole thing, right? So when these stocks start to turn around, it's just a function of math that cross is going to happen. But the timing of that cross is irrelevant. What's way more relevant is the price action, the price relative to that moving average. Because if the price is ahead, it's going to start pulling this moving average along with it. Versus the price chopping up and above and below and down and boom, and it doesn't matter, right? It just doesn't matter. Okay, enough of my math rant. OLED in Fuego. Woo! Huh, you weren't kidding, buddy. Wowzers. Wowzers. Look at that. Just since Halloween. $40 holler. That's a lot of. Good volume, too. Solid. Yes, Kurt. That's a good way to put it. Crosses are a symptom of the move, not the cause of it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Here's another one on OLED, right? So look at this. So this is why, Kurt. This is perfect. Look. This is a death cross on OLED. And the stock goes up. Chops around. Golden cross, now it's off to the races. So you can say, oh yeah, the golden cross worked there. Yeah, but the death cross didn't work. So what, we're just tossing up coins now? Just flicking back and forth? Versus common sense price action of going, all right, so we're trading below the 50-day, found some resistance, then we're above the 50-day, come back to retest the 50-day, caught a bid, retest it again. That's much more, for me at least, indicative of what the market wants to do. The interaction with the 50-day or the interaction with the 200-day versus this line crossed over this line. See what I mean? So yeah, phones, lots of phone stuff. New cycle coming for them. So expecting that. Speaking of Chinese stocks, now this don't look too good. This looks like it's setting up for a rollover. So look at this volume profile, right? A whole bunch happening right around here. Stock's kind of flattish. Tried to break out, couldn't do it. Sideways. Now we've got a big day. This is a big day today. They've forced it down under the 50-day. If it closes under the 50-day, that's no good. So keep an eye on this one. This A could be a rope-a-dope intraday. Or that could have been the rope-a-dope. I bet you we have this. I bet you Monday has an inside day. And then it finds a direction. Keep an eye on it. That's a good one to put on your radar, I suppose. Yeah, don't know enough about it. Keep it on. Okay. I like where you're going, Kurt. The War Room. I like it. War Room. We do need to quit calling it the chat. We're going to think about this. We got to be creative. Dave's War Room. We're going to have to not call it Dave's Minions anymore. You know, we can't. No. We could call it the Dave's War Room. What do you think? Open to suggestions, guys. Throw those emails over. HQ. Like the War Room. Something like that. We'll think about it. I'll spend some time over the weekend thinking about what we could call it. No, I want it to be something gangster. We'll think about it. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we got JD next week. And queue up the Internet Explorer crash. And I know, guys, I know everybody hates Internet Explorer. We do. We need to get a redirect. I know everybody hates Internet Explorer, but I have to use it. That's the only way I can use this freestockcharts.com, and I do this because I want everybody to be able to mess around with it. Otherwise, if I'm doing my thing, you guys, you know, you don't. Crack House, Dave's Crack House. I'm sure Zach's would love that. My Zach house. I don't know. We'll figure out something. What's going on over here? Oh boy. Let's see if. No, this is a lost cause. This is a lost cause, gents. Anyway, this is blowing up. I think we're gonna reel it in here. I think we're just gonna reel it in. What did we learn today? We learned that I still mess with oil plays. Still mess with oil. I think you still want to mess with oil. I think that's a good idea. Good oil names. Good oil names. So you do this. You go to Zach's. I like Echo Petrol. and then you try and find other guy. Oh, I'm not signed in. This I never understood. So I don't know if you guys. So listen to this. So this is hilarious, okay? So I'm not signed in on Zax.com, okay? So because I'm not signed in, okay, they block this and say no premium content, right? Nope, can't see it. Premium content. If I hover over the ticker, look at what I can find. Look at what I see. I see the Zax rank. So why are you guys blocking it here if I can just hover over it and get it? Anyway. So check out some of these stocks, guys. Check out this CEO. Look at this one. China Petrol. I don't know if I'd look at that one right now, but Petrobras. And then whatever. And you can see all the peers. You click on this. Oil and gas. Integrated. Maybe you don't want to do integrated. Maybe you want to do... Again, this is hilarious. So, and you throw in whatever you had, right? So you say, okay, maybe Apache. So you put that in here. Let this load up. You do the same thing. You look at the rest of the industry. Where's the industry at? There we go. So this is Denbury. Oh, that's a... Sometimes you find these... Man, Abraxas. I remember when that wasn't a $2 stock. And this is how you start your hunt. And then so Bill Barrett, right? So then you click on it. And you do the usual thing where you take a look at the price consensus EPS surprise chart, see if it's on the move charts. Price consensus EPS surprise. It's a 2. Yeah, kind of ugly. You'd expect it to be ugly, but perhaps there's a trough, guys. Is this a trough? Beginning? Not sure. A little trophy. They just had an earnings beat. Yeah, Kurt, I think I'd shy away from trying to call a top on NVIDIA today. I don't know if that's going to be the most profitable strategy. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I got to do some work. Got to do some work covering for John Blink. So I get to write 3 daily commentaries every day now until the end of time. It's all right. It actually doesn't take too much out of me to add. All I have to do with him, I just have to add what's happened specifically to the large cap trader stocks. I don't have to reinvent the wheel, and I don't have to come up with stock picks like I have to for the other ones. So that's good. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I owe you guys. Where's Bruno? Bruno's somewhere. Bruno, I know you like the good, the bad, and ugly. I gotta put one together. I'll do that, and then I'll be in the chat. Think of some cool names. If you guys are creative, throw them out there. We'll figure it out, and that's it. And that's it. I will. Sure, I could drop the GBU link in the room once I get it. I'll shoot out the email too. Once I do it, I gotta do it. I got stuff to do. I gotta do it. And that's all I got. So I want to thank you guys again for hanging out here in the morning, for the morning after NVIDIA. It looks good. Things look all right. Appreciate your feedback, all of you guys, with your participation. We couldn't do it without you. I need to get a nice, cute web address for this. You know what we need first is we need to get the cool name. We'll get the cool name. We'll incorporate the cool name in the web address, and we'll go from there. All right. So thanks so much for hanging out with me here again on Zax Live Trader. I will see you all in the chat, and then next week. So have a fantastic weekend if I don't see you, and that's all I got, man. Later.